Silent John incremental, another silent instrumental, the nerd rap existential. People compare me to MC Christopher a lot, but the fact is I predict it with significance. I'm the oldest geek rapper by far, save K and R. Compiling kernels, open bracket, cause I rack it. And my teen nerds throw your laser pen in the air and wave it all around like you had no repercussions. Now follow instructions, Professor. Why these discussions consist of nothing but incoherent rambling and babbling? But you should still take notes, cause you never know what's happening. I'll drop a little nugget, a tidbit if you will. There were 4 United States presidents named Bill.
Really?
If you run out of hit points, the game will shout.
Your life force is running out.
If you dig this, then you dug this, cause I'm all about the nerd life, word life. If you dig this, then you dug this, cause I'm all about the nerd life, word life. If you dig this, then you dug this, cause I'm all about the nerd life, word life. If you dig this, then you dug this, cause I'm all about the nerd life, word life, yeah. Let me start again, put it on like a cardigan, swinging like my name was Mad Mardigan. Which reminds me, Warwick Davis was Willow and a Ewok. Leonard Nimoy was Galvatron and Spock. That ain't typecast, I don't know what is. Talk about predestiny, nobody gets the best of me. I've only played one role my whole lifetime. The nerd lifeline, stream through a wicked pipeline. So no one can buy mine, cause mine is original and I write rhymes to burn on a CD, play in the mini B. Soccer moms yodel back, yodel at belittle me. I got a sidekick, I gotta stay connected. Watch out for my decom or you'll get infected. You don't wanna be one of my bots, cause I see it all like Saw on the Cyclops. And I won't hesitate to drop your whole net block if you're acting up and you're dumber than a pet rock. I'm about this nerd life, as you can see, spreading like a virus on MP3.
On MP3. STC. Shoutouts to Vic, Agnostic One, up for fucking Silent John. Yeah. Nerd Life, Graphing Calculator, HP48G. The G is for gangster. Digital Snip, yeah. You know how we do.
What's up, meatbags? It's the often imitated, never duplicated Tony TGT coming at you with another Gabbing with Geeks. And as you can see, flying solo tonight. Don't know where everybody's at. I see Finbar in the chat. Blinded Braille, MIA. Bob has been missing for a couple of days. Gary is off on an adventure. Days Gaming, spending time with the family. And of course, Ninja Kitty's off doing Ninja Kitty stuff. Can't win. So I am here solo, bringing you a fabulous Gabbing with Geeks. Oh, we got somebody popping in. Hey, it's Finbar. What's up, Finbar?
I'm here. How are we doing?
I'm doing good. I thought I was going to have to do this solo. I was like, man, it's going to be a short 1 hour show. We're going to knock it out, get out of here. Not have to worry about it. So how has your week been, sir?
It's been cold. I've had a cold 4 nights. I was actually contemplating doing a Bob tonight and just not turning up, but I thought, no, I gotta be there. I gotta be there for Tony.
I mean, I could have handled it solo. It would have been a unique new experience, but I could have done it. I would have knocked it out. No problem. Possibly, who knows? So why is your nights been? Why you been having a cold? What's going on?
I don't know. It's just either I'm getting older or it's getting colder every year. I don't know. I think possibly a combination of both. I've been outdoors for the last 4 nights, Tony. So yeah, it's not been fun.
Doing all that protecting and serving that you do.
Yeah. And appearing on live streams while at work.
It happens. I've never appeared on a live stream while I was at work. Got to put that on my bucket list.
I've done enough of that for both of us, don't you worry.
My week has been as per usual. Fantastic. Finally, this week, I got myself a haircut. I believe I mentioned that last night. We stream way too often. I forget when I mentioned stuff now. But yeah, I got myself a haircut, shave. I'm looking all smooth, all nice. I've been making some headway with the script writing and planning out the next, or the first, I should say, edited, scripted content that's going to appear on the channel. So that's really exciting. Other than that, I mean, we're missing Bob. I don't know where Bob's been. I haven't talked to him in a couple of days. He's been MIA. Same thing with Blinded Braille, MIA for a few days. Must be the season. Must be the season. Everybody's busy Christmas shopping and doing all the little things they got to do to get ready for the family to come over.
Yeah, I hope that's what it is.
We got a big show tonight because we got lots to talk about. Let's see what we got. We got a Yuji Naka being arrested again. Jeez, this guy just can't stay out of trouble. We're going to do a quick recap of the VGAs. Xbox games, they're going to $70. We're going to talk about that. Days Gone. 10 months ago, we talked about some controversy, but it's back in the news. More controversy with Days Gone. Toejam and Earl are getting a movie. What? The FTC is suing Microsoft. Of course, you said you wanted to talk about Tales of the Jedi. I haven't seen it, but you're going to give us a little review. And James Gunn took to Twitter to not only debunk some rumors, but to add a little James Gunn spice to somebody's life. So we're going to go over that. Of course, we got the fan polls. We got the poll in the chat. I want to know if I should buy Sidekick Max a guitar for Christmas. And we got the members only poll. That's right. First week, 3 members got a poll up. If the members haven't, I suggest you go ahead and get to that members poll and let me know your thoughts. And of course, the members are Haunted Wisp, member number 1, Potion Sword Run, member number 2, and member number 3, Evil Knievel. So thank you guys for supporting the channel. Your $3 has helped keep us, keep the lights on for one more week. Anything you want to add to that, Finbar?
Just everybody join, please.
That's right, 99 cents.
We need to live even more like kings than we are currently, please. I'm sure you get some extra shit if you join. I don't know what you get. What do you get? Emotes and shit?
Yeah, there's like one emote. Blinded said he's going to work on some more. So we got one emote right now. We got 99 cents. Obviously, we shout you out. You get the member only polls. And that's it. That's all you get for 99 cents.
I'll make you all an emote. Don't you worry.
For $4.99, you get all of that. Plus, you get your channel shouted out. That's right. I'll link your channel and say, hey, not only is this guy a member, but he's got a channel you should check out. And if you want to be big boy, if you want to take advantage of YouTube and all of its glory, for $499, you'll guarantee yourself one spot once a month on Gabbing with Geeks. That's right. You could be on the big show. Only costs you $500 a month. To steal.
Yeah, and you can say anything you want.
Whatever you want. You can come pull the Kanye for all I care. $500, you get free reign.
Take the channel down while you do it.
It happens. That's it. That's it for the intro. Unless somebody pops in the next couple of seconds, we're done. So I hear from Little Birds, Finbar, that people have responded to the things we said last night. So we might have to go over that next week. You guys are going to have to wait a whole week for the next Drama Friday to get a response.
Responding positively, of course.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
So far, it looks like people are supportive of me buying the guitar for Sidekick Max. He wants the guitar and the amp. He asked his mom too, but of course his mom's probably not going to buy him shit. So it's going to fall to me to go ahead and follow my soul.
Well, I voted you should get him, and I also vote you should get him the amp too, since you planted a seed in my head about buying my daughter an animatronic horse. So I want to get my one back on you. It
was a nice horse. I was just telling a story. It was not my fault. Your daughter woke up to see the animatronic horse video on YouTube.
Yeah, the animatronic horse that's unavailable to buy anymore. Yeah.
I mean, you could get it on eBay.
I bet you're the one selling it on eBay as well. It's a grift, isn't it?
No. Like I said, we had one. We threw it away. Funny enough. And then I found out later that it was worth a lot of money, and I was pissed.
No, dude, guys got me on some kind of death list. What's happening, Wisp? Oh dear. It's still Drama Friday. We'll do that next week.
Yeah. 56K one, he says, better than a game console. Tony, who threw $2K for the Miko shell, having doubts on buying an extra amp. Not an extra amp, it'd be an amp and a guitar set.
Never threw it away. That was an investment.
You can get your daughter the small for real Buttercup, like $6 one.
No, she'll be for real not getting any of that. Thank you very much.
It'd be like the little tiny one that you put in your hand. She'll be like, what the hell is this? Oh, it looks bigger on TV. Just be like, yeah, TV makes it look bigger. Dean and Elbow have issued a fatwa against me and others. Jesus.
Jesus Christ. Oh. It's crazy around here, isn't it?
Yeah. I didn't know that they were Islamic. So that's interesting. All right. That's all the nonsense. Let's get to the good stuff. The good stuff. Since you're here right now, I figure, why don't you give us your Tales of the Jedi review, Finbar?
Yeah. So you haven't seen it, have you?
I have not. I don't even know what it's about. What is Tales of the Jedi?
All right, so in a nutshell, what it is it's a 6-episode, it's sort of like 15-minute episodes, and it's all set around the sort of prequel area. But as far as I understand it, and I may be wrong here, maybe the chat can prove me wrong here, but I think that the first episode of it may be the earliest on-screen we've ever seen Star Wars, the earliest canonical timeline, because it concerns the birth of Ahsoka Tano, the first episode. So that would put it pre-Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
I believe. So how it's sort of structured is, and I can't quite remember which episode comes in which order, but it's got like 3 episodes concerning the life of Ahsoka Tano, and then 3 episodes concerning Count Dooku and his fall to the dark side. So you've got the first episode with Ahsoka being born, and then it jumps to sort of a training montage episode where and all the animation is sort of Clone Wars type animation, which, to be honest with you, I didn't really like it to begin with when the Clone Wars came out, but when the later series, the Clone Wars came out, I started to soften to the animation, and I think here it looks a lot better as well. It feels a lot more like the Bad Batch sort of animation, which has improved since Clone Wars time. So you got an episode of her doing a sort of training regime with Anakin, where she's got to like fend off attacks from clone troopers, and it leads into the episode where she's trying to. I think it's Cody, isn't it? Is it Cody, the clone trooper that escapes with her in the end?
I have no idea. I've never watched the Clone Wars. I've never watched any of that.
Not a fan then, right? There's a clone trooper that escapes with her at the end, and I think it's Cody. Again, the chat can prove me wrong, but it sort of explains how she gets ready to fight her way out of that, and so her arc is a bit of the weaker version of it, the weaker side of the series. The best part of it is the Count Dooku stuff when he falls to the dark side, because you've got him, and I think that may be the episode with Count Dooku. He's with his Padawan, which is Qui-Gon Jinn at the time. So you've got a young Qui-Gon Jinn with Count Dooku, and they show the sort of conflict Count Dooku's got with the Jedi Council, and they end up passing over him for ascension to the to the council itself,
Ooh,
and they end up taking Mace Windu instead of him. So you see sort of why he sides with the Emperor in the end. You also get to find out what happened to, I don't know if you remember Yaddle from Phantom Menace.
Oh yeah, little
So
Yaddle.
we saw Yaddle in the Phantom Menace, and then Attack of the Clones came around, and Yaddle was nowhere to be seen, and we were all wondering, where is she, and what does she sound like, because we never heard her speak. Well, she appears in one of the episodes, and we find out what happened to her. So she ends up getting slain by Count Dooku, hence why she's never appeared again. So she gets slain pre Attack of the Clones.
Well, according to Wikipedia, it says that the episode where she gets killed happens concurrently with the events of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Yeah, so you'll see Qui-Gon Jinn turn up at the Jedi Temple, and he's talking about how he's just encountered a Sith Lord, talking about Darth Maul. So yeah, it is happening at the same time as the Phantom Menace is happening. So it must be either during Phantom Menace or just after the Phantom Menace when Yaddle's killed. So you get to find out that she speaks normal. So not all of Yoda's species speak weird like him.
Yeah, she sounds like Bryce Dallas Howard. So
is that who that was? Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So all in all, it was quite good. I suggest giving it a watch. It doesn't take much commitment. Like I said, it's 15-minute bite-sized episodes. Not even 15 minutes. Some of them. They're really good. Yeah, I'd probably give it maybe a 7 out of 10. I think, because I wanted a bit more of it. I wanted them to go a bit deeper, and also the Ahsoka ones were a bit. I don't think there was much point to the Ahsoka ones, but the Count Dooku ones were great. Really, really enjoyed them.
Well, I think the Ahsoka ones are there to set her up for her own series, to get you more interested in the character, more knowledgeable about what she's been.
Yeah,
so that way they don't have to do it in the series, right?
But they never really covered much. That's the thing, though. They never really covered much more of what they'd already covered in the Clone Wars. I know you've just said you're not a massive Clone Wars fan, but she was in the Clone Wars and she was in Rebels as well. So there's a lot of backstory already put in place there. I think it's just that Dave Filoni just loves the character. I think he created her. So
yeah, he did. Probably gets extra money for every time she appears.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, it was good. I want them to do more of them, but I want them to focus on other characters if they do more, because it's quite interesting. It's good. Highly recommended. Better than the Andor finale, so give it a watch if you haven't seen it.
So there it is. Finbar recommends watching Tales of the Jedi. He says the Ahsoka stuff is not as good as the Count Dooku stuff. Could you watch them out of order, since there's 3 on Ahsoka, 3 on Dooku? Could you just watch like the Dooku episodes?
You could do, yeah. I think it goes. So I think it goes Ahsoka, Dooku, Ahsoka, Dooku, like that. It's weird, and they don't really connect to each other. So yeah, you can watch. As long as you watch the 3 that concern the character in order, that makes sense. But you can watch the 3 and the 3 separately if you want.
All right,
I think
so there it is. There's a lot of people in there. I mean, I'm always surprised when you get certain people coming back, like Ian McDermott. He comes back to play Darth Sidious, but then they end up getting, was it Phil Lamar to play Qui-Gon Jinn? No,
yeah,
Liam Neeson comes back. Oh, who's Phil Lamar playing? He's playing Bail Organa.
Yeah, they also had the voice actor for Anakin as well. They brought back the Clone Wars actors for that.
Yeah. Well, I said it's just weird. Like they couldn't get Jimmy Smits to read a couple lines, but Liam Neeson's like all
it's
in.
not like they didn't have Jimmy Smits there as well. He was there for a whole series of Obi-Wan. I try to burn that series from my mind. I keep forgetting. Yeah, he was there for a whole series of that. They could have recorded a few lines while they were at it, but no.
Do they explain in this series why Darth Sidious has multiple apprentices, or?
No, they don't. It doesn't really explain much. He ends up meeting him in some kind of hangar, and there's not much of an explanation going on. He just reveals he's made some kind of pact with him. I don't think he even explicitly states at that point that he's his apprentice. It just says they've made a pact. If I remember right, I may be wrong. It's It's been a few days now since I've watched it, so I have to watch it again. But no, that's not explained. I'd like that to be explained because there is a bit of an anomaly there. They always say there's only supposed to be 2, but there is always an overlap. So
Yeah. And then I know there's always supposed to be 2, and then they have the whole Secret Apprentice of Darth Vader thing going on now.
yeah,
So we'll see. We'll see. All right. Give it a watch if you haven't. I'll probably watch it myself just on Finbar's recommendation.
well, I also recommend you watch the Clone Wars and Rebels, Tony, if you haven't watched them.
Oh, he just want to fill up my whole weekend with shit.
You know, I'm not filling up your weekend. I'm filling up several weeks. I'm afraid.
Oh, fuck.
But it's worth watching. You need to. The stuff that Dave Filoni's done is really good because he's sort of built his own universe in and around the universe that Lucas has built. So it's quite important you watch all that before you watch Ahsoka that's coming up, I think. Because it's kind of going to be a sequel to Rebels, so you've got to watch all that. At least watch Rebels, Tony.
I don't think you're going to have to. I think they're going to explain it well enough because there's enough people who are adults who didn't watch Clone Wars who are probably going to watch Ahsoka, so they're going to want us to be tuned in. So they're not going to alienate us by not explaining it, at least in the first 2 episodes, I think.
Maybe, yeah. I didn't want to watch all that. I thought I can't be bothered sitting there watching a kids show, but it wasn't. I mean, the amount of deaths there is in that kids show. It's I'm glad I watched them all because it is really good.
Yeah. Well,
It's a bit slow.
Good.
It's a bit slow. Watching the Clone Wars is a bit slow to begin with because it's several seasons. But when you get into the later ones, it's really, really good. You get some cracking episodes later on.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm sure it's good. It's just the perception of the shows at the time, and I know a lot of people didn't watch them, like from my generation. So here's what it is. Also, Haunted Wisp. I wouldn't call the police. Just don't take it that serious. It's not that serious. Not that serious. What's up, Retro Bro? Coming here to make my channel be terrible again because we're horrible people, the 2 of us.
No, John's gonna buy his membership tonight, and then we have to go over and buy a membership with him.
No, his membership's at $2. I'd be losing $1 that way. So
How much is our memberships?
99 cents is the cheapest.
How about that for value, gents? Come on. And all the glory that brings. It's a no-brainer.
Definitely. All right. I don't know if you know this, but the Video Game Awards took place this week.
Yeah.
I mean, some of you were probably here because you saw us watching them ourselves. But if you haven't watched them, we're going to go ahead and give you a quick recap, or as quick as we can do, because, we talk a lot. This comes to us from Hard Drive. It says the Game Awards 2022 recap all announcements and awards all in one neat place. The most pro gamer move is to complain about a game that the moment it's revealed. What? Game Awards 2022. All right. We don't care about all this. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Here we go. Reveal Dead Cells Return to Castlevania. What did you think about that, the first reveal of the night?
I don't remember if I watched this or not. I think it did. Is this like a sort of like cel-shaded animation?
Yeah, that was the one with the Castlevania thing.
Right, I don't remember it. It's forgettable. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who's
They didn't show
complaining about it?
They didn't show any gameplay. They didn't show anything. So it was just like, meh. I've never played Dead Cells. So
Why wouldn't they show any gameplay if it's releasing Q1 2023?
They're trying to tease it.
Not doing a very good job.
Also, apparently, according to this, the Steam chat publicly posted the usernames of the winners, so everyone was able to congratulate MILF Hunter on their free Steam Deck. Good job. All right, so the best mobile game of the night was Marvel Snap. I thought that was a dumb choice. It's a pretty new game. It hasn't really gotten that in-depth into the system yet because, like I said, it is new. Not a lot of mechanics, cards, and things have been released for it for you to be like, oh, this is a better mobile game than all the others.
I haven't played it. I can't say either way whether it deserved it or not. I thought Diablo was going to get it, to be honest. Surprised it didn't.
Aston says at least one of the names of the winners wasn't Lolita Lover. Oof.
Yeah.
All right, then they revealed Vampire Survivors was going to mobile. What'd you think about that?
Again, I don't remember seeing this. If you remember right, I was in the field that night and I had popped in quite late. I actually popped in as Bob was falling asleep, so I missed most of the trailers.
Vampire Survivor was that it's that game where you pick your character. It does like auto attacks, and you just move around the map trying to survive as you kill enemies. People have been really hyped on it. It looks kind of crappy. I'm told that it's fun. The reveal of the mobile version didn't really captivate me. Then they revealed Valiant Hearts Coming Home. It's a World War I adventure. It came out in 2014. Now it's coming soon.
Yeah, I remember the original. I haven't played it, but I've seen the original, and yeah, I can't. I'm not really into playing World War One games, to be honest. It's a bit bleak.
Yeah, it's a mobile game too, so again, not really something that I was really hyped about. Returnal, it's coming to PC again. Still haven't played the PS5 version. It looks good. Bob tells me it's good. Nothing there for me. We got some TV commercials. Best fighting game of the night, Multiverses. This was a shock.
That was controversial, right? Yeah. I think Bob reckoned it was at Saifu who was going to get that. Yeah. That is the one that him and Blinded were arguing about for about 3 days about whether it was a fighting game or not.
Yeah,
Sifu, whatever it's called.
And it didn't win, so it didn't matter. 56K Warning says not only going to mobile, but free 99. Everything's great. Free 99. What's up, Bianca? He also says Sony bringing all their games to PC, and I'm buying all of them. Yeah, this right here, I didn't think Multiverses should have won. King of Fighters was my pick. We'll see what happens next year.
Never been a huge King of Fighters fan, but I see the appeal. I think it's a really good 2D fighting game, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Next year is probably going to be Street Fighter 6. I'm guaranteed.
I think Street Fighter 6 looks shitty.
It doesn't matter. It's still going to win. They're going to buy it. They'll pay for the award. Then we got the reveal of Hellboy Web of Weird, third-person action game, cel-shaded.
Oh, they're trying to make it like the comic book. That's quite clever.
Yeah, but I mean, again, there wasn't much showed. So, I don't even think they showed what consoles it was going to be on, or if it was mobile, or what's going on with it. So, not really a huge Hellboy fan. This wasn't a big hype. Then we got best esports game, Valorant. Don't really care. Yeah. Best esports athlete, Yay. Don't really care. Best esports team, Loud. Don't care. Best esports coach, Bazooka.
Coach?
Yeah, coach.
Jesus.
This was the weirdest one. Best esports event. I have no idea how. Like, what was the criteria to one event being better than the other?
Just whoever gave the Video Game Awards the biggest kickback, probably.
Probably. So the League of Legends World Championship won that.
Yeah, they're rolling in money though.
Then we got the reveal of Horizon VR Call of the Mountain. They say it's a reveal, but I could have swore we saw that at the last Sony event because we covered it, and I remember seeing the Call of the Mountain VR there. So, but apparently it was a reveal, and it's releasing February 22nd, 2023. Hopefully, fans of Horizon Zero Dawn, there's nothing in this VR game that is integral to the plot of the series that you have to play it. Because if you don't have VR, then I guess you're ass out.
Is PSVR 2 out yet? Have you got it?
No, I don't have it.
No, is it out though?
No, I don't think it's out yet. Dr. Newman says buy him an unsqueaky chair. Oof. To go with the guitar. Yeah. All right. So then we got the reveal of Post Trauma. There was the one that was the Silent Hill looking game. Looked weird. Yeah. Not much more to say about that. Viewfinder was revealed. It is the puzzle game with taking pictures and using them to create new paths forward.
Yeah, that was weird. That was like a sort of an Escher, an Escher style game, wasn't it? It was weird, that one.
That one looked interesting, but I got to see more of it and how long it is. All right, then we got the trailer for new trailer for Atomic Heart. That was the Soviet Union alternate reality RPG shooter with like the little robot lady. They say it feels a little like Fallout. Didn't even try to make sense. Yeah. Then we got the reveal of Scars Above, the third-person planet explorer similar to Returnal. Scanning features, rocky beast, frigid caverns. When we saw that, we thought it was like Returnal 2 or something, but no, it was like a whole new thing. Then we got Relic Hunter's Legend, top-down co-op shooter like multiplayer Nuclear Throne, closed beta. I don't even remember seeing this one. We must have skipped ahead past this one.
Yeah, it must have been forgettable.
Yeah. To point out the Verizon ambassador with an odd bow tie, we must have skipped that too. Then we got the reveal of Among Us Hide and Seek, a new mode for Among Us. Yay!
Wasn't that a VR version of it?
No, that was the one with where they were just showing like the guy running around playing hide and seek, killing people, Among Us style.
Did we ever see an Among Us VR game revealed somewhere?
I think so.
Or have I dreamt that?
Either one sounds plausible.
Yeah.
Then we got the After Us reveal, which was it was like the little tiny lady going through. Remember, we're making fun because we're like, oh, the little tiny naked lady making flowers with her feet. No idea what the hell it's about. It looked weird and trippy. Then we got Replaced. Again, no idea what the hell this is. I don't even remember much of it. It's beautiful sprite work, according to this article. Then we got the winner of Best Family Game, and it was Kirby in the Forgotten Land.
Probably the least controversial one of the night, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's a lovely game, that. Charming.
Then we got the new trailer for Street Fighter 6. It showed off some new characters, Marissa, Manan, JP, and then we got DJ returning. Release date is June 2nd, 2023. So it's a ways off.
Yeah.
And it showed off some little mini games.
Did they reveal, was it on here that they revealed the box cover art? Because the box cover art is awful. Yeah,
I think so. It is. It is Luke, like a weird facial pose.
Yeah, he's got a stupid look in his face, like he's And that font for the logo, whoever came up with that needs to be fired. Whoever approved it needs to be fired. Whoever came up with it's not their fault.
Yeah.
He probably went, oh, that's just a placeholder, man. Why are you printing that?
Yeah. Then we got the best performance. Al Pacino gave away this award for some reason.
That was weird as well, yeah.
Yeah. Christopher Judge won it, and he took forever with his speech.
I'm just glad that Pacino didn't come on and go, oh, I like video games. We know you don't, mate, right? But he did. He admitted it. He said, I watch my grandkids play video games. Ooh,
Yeah, so that was just weird as fuck having him show up. Christopher Judge, even at 2x speed, was talking.
Yeah,
like
doing his best impression of William Shatner. Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? The best reveal of the night, I think, came up next. That was Hades 2. Hades is an awesome game, so I look forward to this. This is like there's two things that I saw last night, or not last night, 2 nights ago, that I was like, yes, I'm hyped for. Hades 2 was one of them. So, then we got the reveal of Judas. That was the BioShock game that wasn't BioShock.
Oh yeah.
Looked interesting. Then we got the reveal of Bayonetta Origins, Cereza, and the Lost Demon. That was weird. They got like, hey, let's go back in time and show Bayonetta's origins and make it like a picture book looking game and tiny Bayonetta. It's just weird.
It's Bayonetta as a youngster, right?
Yeah.
And they're even saying it in there in the synopsis, the raunchy action game. If it's a kid, it's not raunchy at this point. It's you got to keep that out of there.
Then we got the best indie of the night, Stray. They think Vampire Survivors was robbed. I think Stray was probably the best, most hyped indie game I saw in a long time.
Oh, Stray was shit. I hated Stray.
Love it or hate it, it was still hyped up. So I think it made sense that it won. Then we got the trailer for Destiny 2, Lightfall. Don't play Destiny 2. Didn't give a shit.
I've had a go at it because
Bob
got me interested in it, and it's really, really hard to get into, like really hard to stick at, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, like I said, I played that at launch, and it wasn't that good.
Yeah, I played Destiny 1 and I didn't like it, so I don't know why I thought Destiny 2 was going to be any better for me.
Well, I never played Destiny 1, but I was watching this guy, he was streaming, and I was really hyped on Destiny 2. And I was like, okay, all right, I'm going to listen to this guy, because I knew the guy. We talked off air, on air. So I was like, I trust your opinion. And I went all in, bought the $100 like super duper deluxe version of Destiny 2. Biggest mistake of my life.
I don't put $100 anything on a game these days. Well, I don't put dollars on anything because I'm from the UK, but you know what I mean. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't spend big money on games. I wait till everything's cheap and then I buy it. It's like I said, I'm not a real gamer. I like to wait till everybody's spoiled everything for me before I play it.
Then we got the another trailer for Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. Didn't really show much, except for we got to find out that Kevin Conroy, that's his final performance as Batman. We got the new trailer for Party Animals. First revealed in 2020, this game has been rebuilt and is just about ready for release. That was that stupid looking one with all the little like animals fighting and stuff.
Revealed in 2020?
Yeah. So they revealed it. It got bad reception, then they kind of redone it. They probably had like a pre-alpha Steam greenlight, whatever the fuck it's called. A beta. They revealed The Last of Us Part 1 coming to PC. Yay.
Yeah, whatever.
Then we got Best Adaptation, Arcane, the League of Legends anime.
I did pick that as what I thought would have won when we were going over the nominations a while ago. It's been well received, Arcane. So
it has, but I thought personally Cyberpunk was going to win because Cyberpunk got people back interested into the game. What was that, Edge Runner or whatever? Then we got the reveal of Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Now this I'm looking forward to.
I would if I've actually played the first one. I guess I got to go back, play the first one. I haven't. I haven't played it. So
it's good. It's good fun.
Then we got the reveal of Earthblade. It's from the team behind Celeste. It was like a platformer, kind of weird. That's like the theme of the night. Like, it was just weird out there games. Like, very imaginative. We got the trailer for Dune Awakening, an MMO. It was hyped until I found out it was an MMO. New trailer for Forspoken. Looked okay. We got a trailer for Genshin Impact and the new stuff they got.
Another MMO. What's everybody's problem with MMOs then?
My problem with MMOs is there's too much content. It never ends. There's no ending. They want you to play daily. Like,
yeah.
Then you get addicted, right? Because you're like, oh, I got to be there every day.
You got to be there daily, yeah. Well, I think Haunted Wisp knows a little bit about getting addicted to MMOs.
Yeah. And I'm that kind of person. if the rewards are there free, I'm going to be there every day to get them. So now I'm there every day. And then once you start playing it for the rewards, and you end up playing it for, I'm already here. I'm already playing the game. Might as well keep playing a little more.
Well, I was like that with World of Warcraft when I was out of work. I was living in there pretty much. Not healthy.
It's not, and like I said, I got so much other things to do. I would end up when I started playing Genshin Impact, I ended up going to work, coming home, playing Genshin Impact, eating, playing more Genshin Impact, then maybe doing a video, and then doing it all over again every day. And I was like, wow, I got to stop this. This is. We got the reveal of Death Stranding 2. I was never interested in the first one, so.
Me neither.
This looked weird. I thought the story was all wrapped up in Death Stranding from what I read on the very convoluted wiki, but I guess there's more to the story. Norman Reedus is back.
Kojima's stories are so out there that I don't think even if they wrap a story up, you can really say it's over with him.
Yeah. And then we got the reveal of Immortals of Avium. Again, this was just a weird sort of Bioshock-esque game. Then we got Best Narrative, God of War Ragnarok won. I guess, I haven't played it. I can't say. I haven't played most of the games that were up for Best Narrative, but I had a feeling God of War was going to pretty much sweep up. We got the Tekken 8 trailer. Apparently, Jeff Keighley said it was the first ever gameplay of Tekken 8.
Okay.
But the original reveal trailer had gameplay, so anyway. It looked okay. It looked good. I'm curious to know what's going to be added to Tekken 8 to really differentiate it from Tekken 7. Because they haven't really revealed any new characters or anything like that. So, I mean, if it's the same roster from the previous game, that'll be a booty.
Tekken was always a weird one for me because it was like, I remember the first 3 Tekkens on the PlayStation, and between each game there was a huge time jump. You would get
there was a year at least.
Yeah, it was like they had is it martial law? It was in the first one, and then you were playing in his son by the time the third one came around.
Yeah,
it's crazy. The time jumps were like huge, and it was just like you were fighting as all old men from the original game. I don't know whether at this stage we're at with Tekken 8, I don't know whether this is gone prequel or anything like that, or whether the timeline's carried on linearly.
No, it's gone on linearly.
Is it? So these guys are all old men.
Yeah. Well, except for the Heihachi's still old, but he's back. Because the demon blood, that's not demon blood, but then fucking then there's like good blood, and then there's like holy angel blood. It's all fucking weird at this point. They jumped the shark and
yeah.
Because I mean, originally I liked Tekken because it was just fighting. There was no like fireballs, none of that.
Yeah.
Good combo system. And then it just got weird.
I loved it because you had your Bruce Lee martial law, and then you had your Jackie Chan, the cop character. And then you had your standard wrestler, American wrestler, and you had what's his name? The one with a mask.
King?
Yeah. The leopard, is it a leopard mask? I can't remember.
A jaguar mask.
Yeah, jaguar mask. Yeah, it was awesome, man. But yeah, it got a bit convoluted with the story. I don't know why I had to do that.
Yeah. All right. So next we had Best Art Direction, Elden Ring 1. I thought Scorn should have picked that one up. Best VR AR game was Moss Book 2. I guess never played it. Best Sim Strategy game, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. I knew that was going to win. There really wasn't any big name games in this category. So, best community support. No, go ahead. What you say?
I think we picked Mario and Rabbids as when we were doing the nominations as well. I think that's the only one that really jumped out, wasn't it?
Yeah. Best community support, Final Fantasy. Was it 14? No idea. No idea. Don't play the MMO, so it's hard for me to gauge community support. Then we got a trailer for Nightingale.
I had to go at 14. I had to go at 14, and I just couldn't get into that either. I think I was looking for a replacement to World of Warcraft at that point, and it wasn't for me. So,
56K says Kojima does what he feels like. Games bomb. Naughty Dog does what they feel like, and AAA coming out their asses constant. Sony been banking on Kojima for years and gained nothing. Yeah. All right, so we got the new trailer for Nightingale. It's the first-person PvE open-world survival crafting game. Looked interesting, but because it's again MMO type thing, it's just like an adult Minecraft MMO. Best game for Impact: As Dusk Falls. Socially conscious games was this, and I really don't give a shit. They're very heavy-handed, hit you over the head.
Yeah, I want to sit down and play a game. I don't want to be lectured while I'm doing it.
We got the trailer for Baldur's Gate 3. It looks pretty good. I haven't played the other Baldur's Gates.
No, I haven't either.
So I'm not really into that genre. I never really played PC games. Then we got the reveal of Wayfinders. It was the weird Diablo-like game.
Which I would probably be into because I quite like the Diablo style of game. Maybe give it a go.
We got Fire Emblem Engage expansion pass was revealed. 4 waves of content featuring cameos from other Fire Emblems. I guess I love those type of games, but I don't love the Switch. So something's got to happen in my brain where I can sit down and play my Switch. I was actually playing the Switch, I want to say, about a week ago because I was trying to get into a game for the Is It That Bad?
Yeah.
And after about an hour, I was like, what am I doing? Why am I playing Switch?
What is it that has to happen in your brain? Some kind of injury?
Something. I guess like the lights have to go out so the TV doesn't work or something, right? Like I'd be forced to play my Switch. Because it's like, in my mind, it's like eating, imagine you're eating cereal. You're sitting down and eat cereal when you got fresh eggs, bacon, hash browns, and toast also sitting there, right? And you're like, I'm going to eat this instead of the good stuff.
Yeah, admittedly, I haven't touched mine for a couple of months now. I haven't even tried out the new tracks on Mario Kart. I'll have to get back on it and try them. But I know what you mean. It's not sitting there screaming at you, telling you to play it, is it? It's not one of them consoles.
It's not. 56K warning says, I'm a coffee table gamer. I love my handhelds. I don't know what it is. I just can't. I used to be big into it, handhelds and all that. But I guess as I grew up and, wireless controllers, I no longer have to worry about the controller needing a wire so I can lay in the bed. Don't need the handheld anymore. Multiple TVs in the room so I can watch TV and play games at the same time.
These days, you can even remotely play things. Like you can play stuff on your tablet from.
Yeah.
You could get PS5 remote play, can't you, and play it on a tablet? So you can basically play it on the go.
Pretty much. Then we got some Diablo 4 Halsey concert. We skipped over that. Don't really give a shit. Best sports racing game was Gran Turismo 7.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Best multiplayer game was Splatoon 3.
I called that, didn't I?
You did. I was incredulous. I thought Call of Duty was going to win. Best audio design was God of War Ragnarok. Was not an Amico game, as many people thought it was going to be. Tommy Tallarico was robbed once again.
No, he wasn't, because Tommy Tallarico worked on God of War Ragnarok through osmosis.
Yeah. There was some bleeps and bloops in there that he worked on. Best content creator, Ludwig. I don't know who that is.
No.
Great. Most anticipated game, Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. I said this.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
And like I said, he says it's not based on any measurable quality. But I mean, I think Zelda, since the previous one ended, people have been waiting for the sequel, right?
Yeah.
So then we got a reveal of Horizon Forbidden West, Burning Shores, more Horizon Zero Dawn content. This time set in Hollywood with robot dinosaurs. Then we got some live action Joel and Ellie stuff. We skipped over that. Best action game, Bayonetta 3.
Yeah, we called that one as well, I think.
Yeah. Then we got the reveal of Blue Protocol. It looks a lot like Genshin Impact, according to this guy, published by Amazon. It looked okay. And we got the reveal of Remnant 2. Never played the first one, so again, wasn't interested. This reveal that came up next, though, this is the one that got me excited. Transformers Reactivate. It looks like you're going to be playing as a Transformer in a third-person shooter type environment.
Okay.
That's the way it appears. Who knows? We really didn't get much in the trailer other than some like humans trying to reactivate this. We didn't know it was a Transformer until the big reveal of the name. But I'm excited. I love Transformers. 80s kid. I love them. I've always been waiting for a real Transformers game, something, with some oomph.
Who doesn't love Transformers?
Yeah. We got the reveal of Behemoth. It's a VR game about fighting big monsters. We found out there's free costumes in Fall Guys. Yay. Then we got a little bit from Keegan Michael Key telling jokes, apparently. I didn't think they were funny. Then we got the trailer for the Mario movie. What do you think about that? The little scene from Mario.
Was it the clip? Did they show the clip, or was it another trailer?
No, that was the clip.
The clip. Yeah, it was alright. I mean, I like how they've piped all the music in through. I hope the whole score is like that, where they do just the music from the games, orchestral. I like that. I'm still not sold on Chris Pratt's voice, though.
Yeah. So then we got the animal from the Muppets was there, which was stupid. That was a waste of time. God of War, Ragnarok won Best Music. Again, Tommy Tallarico was robbed. And he didn't get to go up there and receive his award for all of his accomplishments.
Well, he should have just done what that kid did at the end and crashed it, got a hold of the award and said, I made a bleep for this.
We got the reveal for Banishers, which looked like a Witcher-style game. It's an action RPG from the Life is Strange team. Reveal of Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. More of the same of that. Meet Your Maker. I didn't know this was a asymmetrical multiplayer game. It really didn't show that in the game trailer. It was just like, hey, you're going through puzzles to meet the maker of the puzzles.
Oh, okay. That sounds clever.
Yeah. But now that they're saying that, I guess one person's playing the maker, the other people are playing the characters going through.
But it's asymmetrical.
Yeah, that's what asymmetrical means. You got two different styles of gameplay, like how in the Friday the 13th game.
Okay. I got you. Okay.
So, like I said, one person is setting up the dungeons or whatever, doing the maker role, and the other people are going through it.
Sounds interesting, yeah.
We got Blood Bowl 3 revealed. I guess if you like Blood Bowl 2, it's a football game, but with fantasy creatures like orcs.
Yeah, I think it's a Warhammer property, isn't it?
We got Crash Team Rumble, which is another wannabe Smash game, but with the Crash Bandicoot characters.
Jesus, how fucking long was the show? I don't remember it being this long.
It was long. It was like 3 hours. 3.5 if you count the pre-show. Best accessibility was God of War Ragnarok. Okay.
I think, was it Bob or Blinded was talking about how they'd added some stuff into the game that they felt like they'd just done that for that award.
Yeah.
Get that award.
We got the reveal of Lords of the Fallen. That was it just looked like another typical Dark Souls game. This is the sequel to The Lords of the Fallen, which is weird. Then we got the reveal of Crime Boss Rockaway City. That was the one with Danny Trejo, Danny Glover, Chuck Norris. Seemed interesting.
Oh.
Seemed like a new take on GTA, set in the 90s. So I'd keep my eye on this one. I'm not 100% convinced, but keep my eye on this. Best role-playing game, Elden Ring won that. I guess it's an RPG technically.
Everyone else is robbed.
Player's Voice Award was Genshin Impact. Wow. Apparently there was a bunch of people saying that there was bribery, corruption, bots. Genshin Impact still won.
Okay.
Best independent game was Stray, which makes sense because they won some other award. Was basically the same award.
Yeah, what was the other award it won? Don't go back. Just
I'm going back. It's too late.
Oh, God. How fucking long was the live stream that you did then for this?
It was like 4 hours.
Because you didn't react to it live, did you? You delayed it a little bit and then paused as you were going, didn't you?
Yeah. What the hell was it?
No wonder Bob was falling asleep. It was his fucking idea as well.
Yeah, it was best debut indie.
Right. What the fuck? What's the difference? Why don't you just give one award?
Because one award was for like the first indie, like this is your first game as an indie.
Right.
And then the best indie was like, well, even if this was your third or fourth game, you could win it. So Stray won both of them. So where are we at now? All right, best action adventure game was God of War Ragnarok. Again, you knew it was going to win.
Yeah, I think I called that. Yeah.
Best ongoing game, Final Fantasy 14. Which is weird. I mean, I don't even think World of Warcraft was included in there.
Can't remember. I think I called Fortnite for that one. Got that wrong.
Yeah. Best game direction was Elden Ring, I guess.
Yeah.
Then we revealed Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty DLC. So that's good for people that like Cyberpunk. We got the reveal of Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. I loved Armored Core back in the day. Haven't played one in a while. Might jump back in with this one. New trailer, Final Fantasy 16. It was called the Revenge trailer. Basically, it showed off the character watching a little child die and then wanting to get revenge for it.
God.
Then we had the giant kaiju fighting between the summons. And then we got Game of the Year. And what won Game of the Year? Gary's favorite game, Elden Ring.
Have we had a reaction from Gary yet about this?
We have not. No reaction. Gary is
it's put him into a coma, has it? I see.
He's on life support. Then we got that kid showing up and saying that his reformed Rabbi Bill Clinton, he was nominated for that award. So that was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So really wasn't much. Like I said, there was 2 games I'm really hyped for. 2 games I'm kind of interested in. Did you see anything that was that got you hyped, Finbar?
Not really. I'll probably get Final Fantasy 16 to go when it comes out, maybe.
Oh, God damn it. Aston, you ruined my life. He says Transformers Activate is an online action game.
Well, you're going to have to get used to it then because you like Transformers, don't you?
Yeah.
I love Transformers. I've been subtly dropping the hint that I want the Lego Optimus Prime to the wife, but she's ignoring me, so I guess I'm not getting that.
Maybe she's just trying to trick you.
No, she's just trying to fucking ruin my life.
What the hell is an online action game? Coming to PC and consoles.
Whatever it is, it means the server is going to shut down in the end. So, yeah, that sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, it says you'll be able to fully immerse themselves in the universe like never before, and will have the option to play as some of their favorite characters from the franchise as they fight the Legion. It's going to be a new take, explore a fresh new story within the Transformers universe. So I wonder if it's going to be like there's a new enemy that the Decepticons and Autobots have to fight. Because I really want to play as Starscream. That was always my favorite.
Starscream?
Yeah. He's the best Transformer. He was the greatest Transformer.
He was a whiny bitch.
He was correct. He said, hey, don't go in there using force. Use guile, subterfuge. Whenever they listened to Starscream, the plan always worked.
Yeah, but he was always number 2, wasn't he?
Until he became number 1.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Put the crown on. Also, he can never die, so there's that. I mean, what other Transformer has that ability? Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
You're probably not familiar, but after Starscream dies, he gets shot and the movie gets killed. Years later, his ghost shows up. Yes, Transformers have ghost. And he's able to possess other Transformers. And then at the end of that, his ghost ends up barreling into space, gets hit into a wormhole, ends up back in time, and possesses one of the Transformers from Beast Wars.
Okay. Does he die in the movie? I can't remember that.
Yeah. After he becomes king, Galvatron shows up and just shoots him and fucking kills him. 1 to 4 players online too. God damn it.
Oh, that sounds like they've ruined it already, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Fucking bearer of bad news, Aston.
Sive Jackal says, just made a new video. It's about Luigi's Mansion.
We'll get that next week, Scythe.
Right.
What was the last one he did? Was it Mario's grilled cheese?
Yeah.
Fuck, that was the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, we'll get to that next Friday for Drama Friday.
Yeah,
drop the link.
Let's get in the zone before we watch that.
All right. You might have heard us talk about Yuji Naka getting arrested as part of a what was it? Insider trading? Yes.
Yeah, he was insider trading for God, what was the game he was insider trading for? Was it Sonic? No, it wasn't Sonic.
No, it was a Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest. Now he's doing it for a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Now he's back in the news because he's been arrested again.
There's going to be more of this popping up. You know it, don't you?
Yeah, this comes from Nintendo Life. Yuji Naka has reportedly been arrested again over Final Fantasy insider trading. Developer invested in mobile company prior to public announcement. Oof. And I remember when he got arrested for the Dragon Quest one, it was such a small amount. We're like, oh, why would he do that? Maybe that was the test. He's like, oh, just try this. Oh, I didn't get caught. Let me do Final Fantasy now.
I think what it is he's got lots of these small scams going on. Yeah. And I think there's going to be more coming out soon.
All right. So there was an update already. So the update, it says Wednesday, the 7th. Apparently, the original article was from Friday, the 18th of November, which is probably what we read. Why they retitled? See, this is. Don't do this. Don't retitle an article and republish it as if it was new.
They'll probably just keep on updating this article as they find more insider trading from Yuji Naka. So
Yuji Naka has reportedly been arrested again over potential insider trading, this time related to the mobile title Final Fantasy VII, The First Soldier. As reported by Ashi and VGC, Naka and former Square Enix developer Kazuki Sasaki were arrested for allegedly investing in A-Team Entertainment based on non-public information related to Square Enix's plan to work with the company. Naka was apparently made aware of the upcoming development and launch of Final Fantasy VII: The First Soldier prior to the information being made public, and as such invested around 120,000 shares in the company, totaling approximately 144.7 million yen, or $834,000. This one was just a little bit more than the last time.
Yeah. Every new one will be a bit more.
He keeps taking his winnings and putting them in new companies.
Yeah.
Oh,
Doubling down.
How the mighty have fallen, huh?
Did he? What was the outcome of it before? So he got arrested, and did he get charged? I can't remember if they said he got charged.
I think he got arrested, and they were charging him, but they hadn't gone to court or nothing yet.
Right.
So what do you think? Do you think this is greed? This is Yuji Naka's falling on hard times? You think he just has a problem?
I don't. Maybe I'm in the minority here, right? But I don't honestly see anything wrong with doing what he's doing.
Well, it's because
I'd probably be doing it if I had the chance.
That's why he's getting information that no one else has.
Yeah.
Which is why it's illegal, right? They're like, you can't have secret information, insider information. If he didn't work for the company, it'd be one thing and he found out, right? But he's directly responsible for these things, and finding out and knowing from your job makes it a no-no.
I guess I'm just corrupt.
Yeah. Because if this was allowed, right? If this kind of thing was allowed, then you would just be like, hey, go find a really small development team. We're going to invest heavily in it, and then we'll give them the contract for Final Fantasy. Because then we'll make a shit ton of money off the investment, right? So they got to put a stop to it. They got to be like, no, you can't do that. So that way everything's on the up and up. Everything's legit. I do think, too, that we are going to see more of this, more from Yuji Naka in the news, probably more from other people. If he's getting caught, I'm sure he's going to start singing like a canary, like, hey, it wasn't just me. These other guys were involved, too.
Well, they named another guy there, didn't they? I don't know whether the other guy was involved in the insider trading, but...
Yeah, they named Square Enix developer Tezuki Sasaki.
Yeah, I think he's probably... I'm only speculating here. Maybe you're going to see his name connected to it as well in the future. Every other scam that comes up.
It'd be interesting if we find out that they invested in the Amico. That's where they lost all their money.
Yeah. That's why they had to resort to. That's why they had to resort to insider trading to make their money back, because they blew it all on Amico.
Yeah. Someone should ask him if Tommy really was the first American to work on Sonic. After all, he is the guy who co-created Sonic.
Yeah.
Sad day for Yuji Naka.
I think Yuji Naka's got other priorities at the moment than answering that question. I'm sure there's other questions he needs to answer first.
I'm thinking that he's probably want to avoid those other questions and answer the easy ones.
Yeah.
That's just me. All right, Yuji. Hopefully we don't see you back again in a couple of weeks. Fingers crossed.
Be good.
That's kind of a nothing burger, but it is what it is. If he a machine, couldn't his AI just rebuilt another machine? What?
Did you have an AI write that question, 1 inch?
Apparently. I think he's talking about, what he means is if he's a machine, I think he's talking about Starscream. And he's like, why couldn't he just build it? Because he's a ghost. He can't touch things. He can possess other Transformers.
Starscream still sucks.
He's the greatest of all time. He was the leader of the flying Decepticons of the air. And without him, who else is going to hold Megatron when he shoots?
Where's Adam Wilson? Get him in here and tell him fucking Starscream's the best.
Starscream is the greatest Decepticon of all time. All right. What do we got next? Did you know Toejam and Earl are going to get a movie?
No, but I'd heard they were getting an Amico game.
Yeah, they were at one point. They didn't know it, but apparently they were getting a brand new Amico game.
I think you'll see the Amico, the Toejam and Earl movie trilogy before you'll see the Amico game.
Yeah, this comes to us from the Hollywood Reporter, so you know it's legit. A Toejam and Earl movie in the works from Amazon. Stephen Curry exclusive. Hotel Transylvania 4 writers Amos Vernon and Nunzio Randazzo are writing the project, which hails from Story Kitchen. Maybe this is why they couldn't afford the license. This sucks for the Amico, because realistically, right, let's, all jokes aside, if the Amico did come out and they were getting a Toejam and Earl game,
yeah, this would be a big free publicity, man. Yeah, this would be awesome for them.
Because they would mention it, they would be like, well, the last time Toejam and Earl had made a game was for the Amico, blah, 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 right? That'd be all kind of publicity everywhere.
Yeah. Well, also that Earthworm Jim TV series that they were going to make as well. That would have been publicity for Earthworm Jim 4. Yeah. Oh, so many ifs about this thing, isn't there?
So many.
If onlys.
I never really liked Toejam and Earl, the game. I always thought
I didn't either.
Cool.
I thought it was shit, to be honest.
Yeah. I liked the characters. I thought the characters looked cool, but I thought the game was shit. All right. The 1990s Sega video game, Toejam and Earl, is in the works as a feature film at Amazon Studios. Also hailing from Stephen Curry's Unanimous Media and Dimitri M. Johnson, Dan Jevons, Derek Kolstad, and Mike Goldberg's Story Kitchen. Toejam and Earl, created by Mark Versanger and Greg Johnson, centers on two space alien rappers who come to Earth seeking a cure for the disease, eradicating their whole planet's rhythm, funk, and groove. The synopsis for the project continues. Earth, their legend tells them, is the paradise where the music that created their culture originated. Unfortunately for our heroes, not only do they wreck their ship, but they find that Earth is, well, not the haven they expected. But the music, that part was true. So begins their quest to find as much of that music as they can hope of saving their planet and maybe ours as well. Here's a question. Are they setting it in the 90s? Because I think they would have to, no?
That would be cool. Haunted Wisp was saying the game was awesome. Yeah, I mean, to each their own. I just thought it felt too much like a Nickelodeon cartoon, to be honest. Yeah. And I'm not into that. Yeah. But yeah, it'd be cool if they set it in the 90s.
Well, I'm saying because the music of the game
was 90s, yeah.
Was 90s, the culture and everything. And if it's set in our era, like, what kind of music are they going to be? I don't think it would fit.
Nah, it would suck. Yeah, it needs to be the 90s.
It says, now a cult classic, Toejam and Earl became a hit video game upon its release in 1991, with the soundtrack pulling heavily from jazz, funk, and hip-hop. It was followed by two sequels, Toejam and Earl and Panic on Funkatron, and Toejam and Earl 3, Mission to Earth. Amos Vernon and Nunzio Randazzo, the writers behind Hotel Transylvania 4 and the upcoming Disney Plus Super Fudge series, will pen the screenplay. Wow, I didn't know Super Fudge was getting a series.
I don't know what that is.
It's a kids' book series, like young adult. Very popular. Story Kitchen's Dimitri M. Johnson and Dan Jevons from Sonic the Hedgehog will produce the Unanimous Currys and Eric Payton, with Story Kitchen's Mike Goldberg co-producing. Story Kitchen's Timothy I. Stevenson, Unanimous's Janelle Lindsay, and Versanger and Johnson will executive produce. Unanimous Media, rep by WME, and Jorn Levin will next release Underrated, a documentary with A24 and Apple about Curry's rise during the 2008 March Madness. The outfit is partnership with Amazon on 12 Days of Christmas. Blah, 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 blah. Other shit we don't care about.
So what's this gonna end up being? What, live action or Illumination style or what? It's got to be an animation, right?
It's got to be animation. Well, they got the Hotel Transylvania 4 writers.
Yeah, so it will be. It'll be in that vein then.
Yeah, so it sounds interesting. Sounds weird. This is not one that I would expect, right? This is like coming out of left field as far as video game adaptations.
Well, I'd heard that there's also some kind of deal for a Streets of Rage adaptation as a movie as well.
That would be
it seems to be some weird stuff coming out. That needs to be set in the 90s as well.
Yeah, he says if they do set it in the 90s, Vanilla Ice needs to make a cameo.
Vanilla Ice, yeah. I'm quite a Gary back me here because he collects them as well. I'm quite an avid collector of the NECA 1990s Ninja Turtle toys. If they don't get a Vanilla Ice NECA deal signed, I'm going to be very upset. I want a Vanilla Ice toy, complete with the 2 backup dancers.
Yeah, this one, like I said, came right out of left field. Kind of weird, but I dig it. It's got to be a cartoon. There's no way they're going to make those guys live action. I wonder if they're going to have all 3 of them. If they're just going to have Toejam and Earl, or if they're going to have the girl from Part 3 show up.
Oh, I don't remember the girl from Part 3. I think I only played the first one.
I played the first one, and I did not like it. Again, each their own. But I really did not. It's like too slow. Like I wanted action. I didn't want to like be sneaking up on Santa Claus getting presents.
I just thought it was weird, man. Really weird.
Yeah, so it's Toejam and Earl, and Letitia is the female character.
Okay.
Yeah, so I wonder if she's going to be in there, or if it's going to set up for a sequel with Letitia at the end. We'll find out. All right. Moving on. One Inch Bicep says he's never played any of those games. I wouldn't bother. What's up, Potion Soda Run? Wisp is not having a good night. Wisp is very, very nervous. Very upset about the fatwa.
Yeah, he's had a fatwa put on him.
Do you remember a couple of months ago there was a huge controversy about PlayStation games costing $70 and how Microsoft was awesome and Microsoft wasn't going to be $70?
Yeah, vaguely.
Well, unfortunately for Xbox, Microsoft says, well, actually, our games are going to start costing $70.
Is anybody shocked by this, really?
This comes from Ars Technica. Microsoft games like Starfield will cost $70 starting next year. Company says new price ceiling reflects technical complexity of major games. Says Microsoft has become the latest big name publisher to jump to a $70 asking price for the launch of big budget games. The company said in a statement to IGN that the new pricing will start in 2023 for games built for the Xbox Series X/S and will include titles like Starfield, Redfall, and the next Forza Motorsport. A $70 MSRP reflects the content, scale, and technical complexities of these titles, a Microsoft spokesman told IGN. Despite the price increase for a la carte purchases, Microsoft isn't currently raising the price of its Game Pass subscriptions, which include launch day access to all of Microsoft's first-party titles. Speaking at the WSJ live event last month, though, Xbox chief Phil Spencer said that he thought at some point we'll have to raise some prices on certain things.
That means Game Pass is going up as well at some point. You know that's coming.
Oh, you know it. A price whose time has come. Publishers last raised their ceiling for game pricing back in 2006 when big budget PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 titles started retailing for $60 en masse. Take-Two was the first to break the ceiling in 2020, selling the PS5 and Xbox Series X edition of NBA 2K21 for $70. At the time, the publisher said that the price would apply on a title-by-title basis going forward. In the years since, companies like Sony, Activision, Square Enix, and Warner Bros. Have begun experimenting with $70 launch pricing for a handful of the biggest games. And in September, Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot told Axios that the big AAA games from the company, including the often delayed Skull and Bones, would cost $70 at launch. While $70 represents the current high water mark for nominal game pricing, big budget games used to routinely be much more expensive when accounting for inflation, as we discussed in detail in a 2020 report. And since 2020, the U.S. economy has seen months of rapid price inflation that has made a $70 price more justifiable on a relative basis. The same rapid inflation has been used to justify practically unprecedented price increases for hardware like MetaQuest 2 VR headset and international versions of the PS5. Though $70 isn't as much as it used to be, Today's big budget games also face strong competition from a wide range of free or cheap to play titles, as well as gaming subscription plans like Microsoft's Game Pass. Still, an MPD analyst Matt Piscitello, told Ars Technica in 2020, the biggest franchises that drive the highest demand should have no big hurdles with that $70 base price point, and many will choose even a higher price versions with additional content.
Not me.
Yeah. This is where I'm on the fence on this, right? If it's $70 with everything, then I don't think that's a bad deal.
Yeah,
but I know it's going to be.
it's good. That's the base price now. That's going to be the standard edition price.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. I was like, I know the $70 is going to be for like the cheapest version, and you're still going to have the $100, $200 versions of the game. So they should just leave it. Leave it at $60 because most people will buy the $70, $80, $90 tiers anyway if they really want to.
But now those tiers are going to be $100.
Oh yeah.
Just another reason why I'm gonna. I never spend any more than 20 quid on a game. I always wait till it drops. In these, even at 70, if even priced at 70, it still will drop to 20 at some point. So it doesn't make any difference to me. I'll still buy it at its cheapest. I'll never.
56K warning. 56K warning says it's more like if consumers are willing to pay whatever, why leave profit on the table?
Yeah, true. There are people that are going to buy day one no matter what, so you may as well fleece them for another $10.
Hell yeah, especially during inflation.
Yeah.
When they really have extra money. Yeah, so Xbox games going to be $70. Oof. How do you think this is going to affect Game Pass? Do you think this is going to drive more people to buy Game Pass?
No, Game Pass is going to get increased in price for sure. It'll have to be. I don't know what Game Pass costs now, but you get day and date releases on Game Pass, right?
Yeah.
So, and that Starfield is a Microsoft game, so that's going to end up getting released. So obviously they're going to raise the price of Game Pass when Starfield's release comes round, because that's leaving money on the table if they don't.
Do Game Pass include all the DLC and stuff, or is it just the base game?
This I don't know. I don't have an Xbox, so I don't know how it works. I was thinking about maybe getting an Xbox when they become available, but I don't know. It's hard to decide now, isn't it?
Yeah, I would get a PlayStation if I were you.
I think I am. I think I'm going to get a PlayStation.
The controller alone, it's greatest. 56K one, he says you just get the base game.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay. That's a bit shit.
It says normally just the base game, but you can buy DLC for a game on Game Pass. This is where I see the problem here. I don't think a lot of people have talked about this, but I have a feeling that Microsoft is going to have a lot more DLC for their games.
Yeah.
Because they're giving them away on Game Pass. Like, yeah, we're giving you the game free, but what you used to get as part of the game is now part of the DLC that you have to buy separately.
This is what you get on PS Plus. You get PS Plus releasing the base game, and then on the DLC you have to buy extra. And that's how they get you. And
then when they take away your PS Plus subscription, you end up with DLC that you can't use.
You can't use, yeah. Yeah. Thus forcing you to resubscribe constantly.
Yeah. Oh, Aston says that they also give away DLC at times in their Xbox perks section. That's nice. Well, I think PlayStation does it too. There's sometimes free DLC that comes out, or there's exclusive PS Plus deals and DLC content.
I think this is a bit shitty. I think they should do if they release a game on PS Plus and you go and buy the DLC, that should just automatically unlock the game for you permanently if your subscription expires. I know that's
you would hope
it kind of loses them money doing that, but I mean it's a bit of a loyalty thing, isn't it? If you've paid for extra things, maybe they should just give you the game. I mean, you subscribed, so
I don't know. That sounds like communist talk to me.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Maybe I'm a communist and I just don't know it. Don't let my employers hear me say that.
Oh, yeah, because your employers they own the means of production. Anyway, Xbox game is going to be $70. Those poor Xbox. What are they going to do? They got nothing to complain about. What's next, man? We're flying through this. See what happens when there's no Bob.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Bob's all right.
Yeah, I do. I think he tweeted a couple of days ago.
I'm worried about him. I'm fucking worried about him.
Like I said, I think like 2 days ago, Bob tweeted out something, and that was the last I heard of him.
He he messaged us all last night. That he wanted a wake up call for the stream last night, and then I tried to wake him 3 times, couldn't get him. So that's why I'm a bit worried about him. But I'm sure he's all right. He's probably in some chick's bed.
Yeah, probably. Not likely, but probably. I don't know if you remember this, Finbar, but a couple months ago, about 10 months ago to be exact, we had a discussion about a game called Days Gone. Do you remember
that? No. I don't think I was in the crew 10 months ago, so.
You might have been watching.
Yeah, anyway. No, I went away for a bit, didn't I? I don't know if you noticed that. I was I went dark for a bit. So it may have been during my dark period.
Well, during your dark period, we talked about Days Gone and the controversy surrounding it. The makers of the game were complaining that they didn't get a fair shake. That Sony didn't give them a chance to make a sequel, even though they sold pretty well for a new IP. Well, they're back in the news because the former head of Sony's Bend Studio was very vocal about why he thought the game got bad reviews. So we're going to go ahead and look at that first. This comes from Video Game Chronicles. Days Gone director blames middling reviews on woke reviewers and technical issues. John Garvin says critics couldn't handle a gruff white biker looking at his date's ass. Now, I played Days Gone. It did not hook me.
Did you stream it? Were you streaming it? I can't remember.
No, I didn't stream it. I just played it offline. I got about 6 hours into the game. It didn't really hook me to keep playing. It was a pretty generic, fight zombies, do missions, go to this location, go to that location type thing.
Yeah.
Him looking for his wife didn't really hook me. And here's the problem with the game, from my perspective. All right, so you get introduced to the main character. He's a biker, and his wife right away, right? And it's right when the zombie outbreak happens, and the wife ends up on a helicopter, and you're kind of separated from her. And then it kind of flashes forward to now all hell has broke loose, and he's fighting off zombie hordes, and he's trying to find if his wife is still alive and what happened to her and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
But I have no reason to give a fuck. Because they didn't establish anything, right? There was no narrative before. We didn't see him with the wife. We didn't see him interacting with people prior to the outbreak. So just going in, you're like, well, why do I care about this guy? What do I care about finding his wife? Right?
Yeah.
I think the game would have been better served if you had 1 or 2 missions before the zombie apocalypse, kind of got you adjusted to the gameplay, to some of the mechanics, right? You find out about the wife, you get the dialogue, you get the back and forth, and how much he misses her, and blah, 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 whatever, right? And then you get the zombie outbreak, and now you're like, oh, shit, I got to go get the wife because this is an important character to me. There was no buildup. There was no basic storytelling 101. All right, so it says the director and writer of Days Gone has blamed the game's middling critical reception on technical issues and woke reviewers who he claims couldn't be bothered to play the game. John Garvin tweeted his theory in response to a fan asking why he thought the post-apocalyptic PS4 biker game didn't get more praise when it first released in 2019. 3 reasons, Garvin replied. 1, it had tech issues like bugs, streaming, and frame rate. Well, I think that's probably the biggest reason. 2, it had reviewers who couldn't be bothered to actually play the game. Kind of hard to prove that. And 3, it had woke reviewers who couldn't handle a gruff white biker looking at his date's ass.
Sounds a bit bitter, doesn't it?
It is. And I've heard a lot of bitterness.
What was it a shitty game then? Would you recommend it? Because I'm getting so sick of these zombie apocalypse games, man.
It's not a shitty game. They fixed when it was released. There was a ton of bugs, falling through the floor type shit, like really like glitchy
falling
games.
through the floor.
Yeah,
right.
That
big rigs, big rigs.
Yeah.
Style.
Right.
Okay.
That has been fixed, so the game is playable now, right? But it's just meh, in my opinion. It's not super interesting. The environment, the story, the post-apocalyptic zombie. It's all been done to death, right?
Yeah, it's getting on my nerves. So obviously Resident Evil was really the one that kicked it all off right at the beginning, but then oh God, what was it? The Last of Us. Everything feels like it's cloning The Last of Us now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then
you had
the
all
fucking
that
TV show. You had
The Last of Us. You had Walking Dead was around.
Walking Dead TV show. Yeah, I'm so bored with it all now. Do something different.
It was just too much. So it goes on to say, woke is a term originally referred to those aware of social injustices, such as racism, sexism, and all other forms of discrimination. In recent times, however, it's been adopted as a catch-all term by right-leaning people to refer to those who favor progressive political ideals. It's not wrong. Days Gone currently has a 71 on the review aggregator Metacritic. Numerous similar PS4 console exclusives scored somewhat higher, such as Ghost of Tsushima, earning 83, and Sony's Santa Monica's God of War reboot receiving 94. Yeah, and here's the thing, right? It has a 71 on Metacritic.
Yeah.
Let me check the
I saw it getting 5. I saw it getting some 5 out of 10s and things like that. It wasn't great.
No, the user score is 8.4.
Right.
So, and again, I think part of the issue is when the reviewers reviewed it, it was a broken mess, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And that's what we were talking about last week, right? Like the people who are going to get it early to review because it got review copies are going to end up getting the unpatched version, and it's not their fault. There's nothing they can do about it.
They can only review what's put in front of them. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So that ends up having bad. Now, again, they should probably go back, but by then the damage is done, right?
I should have said this. I should have said this last week. I think if a company is happy to release a game, if they're happy to put it to market and it's fucked up, then it's their own fault. They can't. You never had this luxury back in the day where you would release a cartridge for a Super Nintendo, and you will just release it in an unfinished state and fix it later. No, you fixed it before it went out, and then if it gets reviewed bad, it's your own fault at that point. So no, I kind of disagree. I don't think they should review the latest one. I'm sure we went over a video, didn't we, with a guy, one of your mortal enemies, wasn't it, that did a review on a game, but he was saying how the critics got it wrong, but he was reviewing the patched version. Do you remember?
Yeah.
It was one of the Alien games, I think, wasn't it? Was it Colonial Marines?
Yeah, it was Colonial Marines.
So, no, they review what's put in front of them. If it needs to be reviewed on the day or before it's released, then that's the version they review. They don't get another chance. Not in my eyes.
One shot to make a first impression, yeah.
Yeah.
Death Stranding has an 82 on Metacritic. Oof.
I haven't played it. Is it good? Death Stranding? I know you told me it was a bit weird.
It's weird. It's a walking simulator. You're like a postal guy. You're basically delivering packages in a post-apocalyptic world with weird shit going on. All right. Garvin's latest claim has sparked backlash from both members of the game's media and fans of the series who responded to his tweet negatively. One response read, "Come on, John, woke, you're better than that." To which Garvin replied, "Nope, I'm really not.
Fair enough.
If a reviewer objects to a character because of identity politics, I call that woke. How am I wrong?" Well, you probably should at least have a you cite a source, but like, well, here's the review that I'm referring to, right? Here's my example. You're just saying things. What was it? Some like small outlet? Was it a big outlet? Was it some nobody that you never heard of again? Others pointed out that Red Dead Redemption 2, which contains numerous instances of racism, sexism, and other scenarios that those accused of being woke would presumably object to, was released just 6 months earlier and was critically acclaimed with a Metacritic score.
But that's different. That's different. That Red Dead 2 is of a certain time. That's what it was like back then, when it was set.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Days Gone is of a certain group because it's about bikers.
Right, yeah. But it's modern, isn't it? Or futuristic.
The claims are the latest theory from Garvin on why the game didn't perform as well as some of its fellow Sony titles during the same era. Last year, Garvin spoke to game designer Dave Jaffe on Jaffe's YouTube show, where he claimed the reason it sold poorly was because not enough people bought it at full price. That was what we covered, the stuff with Jaffe.
Right.
Crazy David Jaffe. When asked if he heard anything about any meaningful uptick of engagement with Days Gone since the game was added to the PlayStation Plus collection on PS5, Garvin replied, "I do have an opinion on something that your audience may find of interest, and it might piss some of them off. If you love a game, buy it at fucking full price. I can't tell you how many times I've seen gamers say, yeah, I got that one on sale. I got it through PS Plus, whatever. But how do you know you love a game until you played it?" Jaffe responded.
Yeah, this guy can go fuck himself.
Garvin replied, "I'm just saying, you don't. But don't complain if a game doesn't get a sequel if it wasn't supported at launch." It's like God of War got whatever number millions of sale at launch, and Days Gone didn't. I'm just speaking for me personally as a developer. I don't work for Sony, and I don't know what the numbers are. He was also trying to dispute the numbers that Sony gave. Sony gave a really low number, and he's like, no, we sold more than that. There was like a whole thing. But it gets better because there's more to the story, Finbar.
Okay.
Sony Bend distances itself from Days Gone director's woke reviewers' comments. Bend Studio does not share his sentiment, nor does it reflect the views of our team. Earlier this week, Garvin was asked why he thought the post-apocalyptic PS4 biker game didn't get more praise when it first released in 2019. In his response, Garvin blamed the game's middling critic reception on technical issues, critics who couldn't be bothered to actually play the game, and woke reviewers who couldn't handle a gruff white biker looking at his date's ass. After his comments were widely picked up and criticized online, Bend released a message stating that it doesn't share Garvin's opinions. "We are aware of the comments made by our previous creative director on Days Gone regarding his personal view on the critical reception of our intellectual property. Bend Studio does not share his sentiment, nor does it reflect the views of our team. Our studio is immensely proud of the work we accomplished on Days Gone and are thankful to every developer who poured their heart and soul into it. We are incredibly humbled by the support of our Days Gone community, and we will continue to share your enthusiasm for our world and characters as we look towards the future." Garvin and game director Jeff Ross, the two most senior creatives behind Days Gone, announced their departure from Bend in December 2020.
That was going to be my question. Are they still with the company? I guess not.
No. Both men had been with the studio, which was previously known as Eidetic, from its origin days in the mid-90s, having written and designed PS1 action games, Siphon Filter, and its sequels. It was claimed the pair left Bend following internal conflict about the studio's future direction after Sony rejected a pitch for Days Gone 2. Never ends with these people. Never ends. Definitely was not a woke reviewer problem.
Yeah,
I know,
if the game sucked, it sucked, right? You just get over it.
One of the reviewers that was picked on during this whole Days Gone fiasco was an individual named Kaylee Plaguey. Kaylee Plaguey is the Too Much Water Pokemon reviewer, and we've discussed before how that was not actually in the review. She never actually said there's too much water in Pokemon. That was just a little blurb that was attached to it in the like pros and cons section. But
what does that
basically,
even mean? What does that even mean? Too much water in Pokemon?
well, the Pokemon game that she played, it was the one with the islands, and
Right.
what she had said in the review was that there was too many water type Pokemons,
Okay.
that there wasn't enough diversity in the Pokemon. But it just said in the blurb too much water, and so she got a lot of shit for that. Then she got a lot of shit for the Days Gone review because the quartering, who everyone doesn't like, he basically attacked her, saying that she didn't know what she was talking about, and that the game deserved better, while also not having played the game. Yes, that's right. The quartering said that the game should have gotten a better review, despite never actually playing the game to know if the game was good or not.
Right. He's a bit of a fucking idiot, isn't he?
Yes. So his fans went after her for that. That was a whole other thing involving this game. But apparently, Garvin, the former creative director for Ben's studio, apparently he's bought into the narrative that was being spun by those type of channels.
Right. He's a quartering fan then, is he?
Probably. And like I said, the game really didn't hook me when I played it. It wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't like a terrible game, but it just wasn't interesting. It was just kind of meh. Maybe if I played again, go back, get further into the game, I might be interested in it. But again, there was nothing there when I first played it. That full price e-beggar, yeah. It's like Final Fantasy 13, right? People tell me it's a good game, but I couldn't get into it. It's like 30 hours before you get control of your characters. I'm like, dude, what the hell is this shit? You're just gonna put me on rails? I don't want to be on rails in a Final Fantasy game. So yeah, so Days Gone, more controversy. Ben Studio has distanced themselves from their former creative director.
Probably for the best.
Probably. Buy your kid a guitar, you monster. 7.8, too much water. The KKK does appear on Red Dead Redemption 2. They are bad guys.
Is Justin Silverman one of them?
Possibly.
Mini Hitler on his shoulder.
Little gay Hitler. It's a little
Gay Hitler, yeah.
All right, let's see here. The next one is this whole thread. I got to find the correct fucking thread. I hate the way Twitter works. Instead of giving me the thread that I want, it's giving me threads from other people.
Well, I hate Twitter in general. So I'm with you there.
All right. I don't know if you've heard. You might not be aware of this, but James Gunn has taken over for DC. Him and Peter Safran are in charge of DC for
I think
Warner
I heard
Brothers.
something about that,
Yeah. And a lot of things have been happening. There's been a couple of stories basically saying that, hey, they're going to scrap the entire DCEU and start over fresh.
Mad Max is not happy, is he?
He's not happy. A lot of people are not happy. Some people are saying maybe some of it's true, maybe some of it's not. James Gunn himself said, hey, that Hollywood Reporter article, some of it was true, some of it was false. Some of it was half true, and some of it we haven't decided whether it's true or not. So Patty Jenkins has apparently took her toys and went home. She's no longer being involved in Wonder Woman 3. We don't know if Wonder Woman 3 is even going forward. Henry Cavill was supposed to have an appearance in the Flash movie. Apparently, that's possibly not going to happen. They're going to pull that cameo out. There's been rumors that the Flash movie is going to be moved forward again for release date. I know they just pushed it back not too long ago.
I would get that fucking movie out as soon as I could get it out and get all this out the way and reboot. Reboot with Cavill and anybody else you want to keep, but Just flush this whole fucking thing down the toilet. I think Blinded agrees with me on this.
One more word, rumor.
Yeah, get rid of fucking Ezra Miller immediately as soon as this film's over, and then reboot the whole thing.
Well, speaking of Henry Cavill, that is who the rumor involves.
Yeah.
So, the Den of Nerds, Josh from the Den of Nerds, he put out a tweet 10 hours ago. He said, James Gunn does not like Henry Cavill. So Justin Fields.
That's a pretty matter of fact statement he's made there. He hasn't even cited the source for that. He's just, source James Gunn. He just says it outright. He doesn't like him.
Yeah. So Justin Fields tagged in James Gunn. He says, "At James Gunn, care to debunk this one?" So James Gunn says, "Sure, false."
This is what I like about James Gunn. And I love his response later as well.
Yeah, so
he's not scared to say what he thinks.
He's just like false. And you would think normal people would have ended it there. You take the L, you lost. James Gunn has debunked this, right? Put it to bed. You could have just put, hey, you could have said, hey, well, that's not what I heard. It's good to know that James Gunn doesn't hate Henry Cavill or doesn't dislike him, right? I'm glad to hear this. Thank you for clearing this up, James Gunn. Something to that nature, you would think, would be the response. But it wasn't.
Yeah, instead, he decides to go down the route of, no, James Gunn, you're wrong about your own opinion, doesn't he?
So, Den of Nerds Josh here says, even more people have reached out to me since you said this to tell me you really don't like him. Just saying what I heard. So James Gunn replies again, so weird, you seem so plugged in. Anyway, I just had 40 people reach out to me to say you just got kicked out of your mom's basement. So sorry, man.
Yeah.
And again, Den of Nerds, lol. Yo, I like you. Why is this so triggering? Dalton replies, you're making up lies about him for clout. Don't play the victim, my guy. So there it is. James Gunn debunks the rumor. He actually doesn't dislike Henry Cavill.
Was he the guy that was upset about the bricks in Andor as well?
Yes, this is the...
Him and the other Star Wars guy.
I don't know.
I don't remember his name now. You know the other one? The other guy. The really, really deep lore guy. Star Wars something or other. Chat, help me.
Star Wars Theory?
11. Star Wars Theory, that's the one, yeah. They were both upset about Andor having bricks in it or some such shit. I can't remember what it was. Yeah. Yeah, he's trying to get a reaction and he's got one. But that's why I like James Gunn. Because at this point, I think any reply he makes to anybody on Twitter can't be as bad as the stuff he wrote all them years ago. So he doesn't give a shit anymore.
Yeah. So West Coast Avenger said, this made my weekend. I'm going to Disney Studios tomorrow. I can't wait to see Den of Nerds video on YouTube about how James Gunn not only owned him, but told him his people are basically non-existent. Josh, who just can't take the L, says, just make sure to drop a like. West Coast Avenger replies, you got to admit, that was funny. And cool that James Gunn called you out. I'd be flattered. He says, oh, I am. And I'm probably going to make a lot of money from it, too.
Yeah, there you go. That's all it was about.
Yeah.
Clicks.
It's all about them clicks, about making that money.
Never catch us making stuff up for clicks.
No, not us. We don't make stuff up for clicks. And if somebody calls us out and corrects us, we'll be happy to say thank you for giving us the correct information.
Yeah. Humble. That's us.
Yeah. I'm extremely humble to be here, to be allowed people to listen to me on a weekly basis. Yeah, he got owned by James Gunn. He got owned. There was a rumor, speaking of Batman Beyond, there was a rumor that Michael Keaton was going to make a new Batman movie, but that got scrapped. However, someone else had reported that scrapped Michael Keaton movie was actually going to be a Batman Beyond movie.
I don't want a Batman Beyond.
So.
I don't like Terry McGinnis.
You don't like Baby Batman?
No.
Well, all you got to do is at James Gunn and be like, hey, is it true that there's going to be a Batman Beyond movie? And hopefully he can put that rumor to rest.
Care to debunk this, James?
I need a new Adam West to play Batman. Oof.
Well, to be fair, they could just CGI Adam West these days. They don't even need an actor.
Evil says, me and Uyamiko got guitars as kids, and we turned out to be standing up citizens. Oh, wait. I think you mean upstanding citizens, not standing up citizens.
Yeah, obviously you didn't stick it out at school, did you, Evil?
No. It's that guitar. All
Ruined
right.
your life.
We got one more article here. The FTC is suing Microsoft.
This is a bit of a turn, isn't it?
Yeah, the Federal Trade Commission is suing Microsoft. When I thought of the FTC suing somebody or getting involved in a video game company, I was sure it was going to be the Intellivision Amico.
I think that's next on the radar after they deal with Microsoft.
Yeah, all right, so this is from Vox. It says, the U.S. government wants to stop the biggest deal in video game history. Microsoft is facing a U.S. antitrust suit again. FTC Chair Lena Khan testifying at a congressional hearing in May 2022. Says the Federal Trade Commission is suing to block Microsoft's massive $69 billion acquisition of video game giant Activision Blizzard, saying it will harm competition in the gaming market. This is funny because I remember you saying last week how, oh yeah, it's England that's holding it up now. That you're.
I thought it had FTC approval, and that's what I was thinking. I thought the Competition Marketing Authority in the UK was going to stop it, but it seems like the FTC don't want this going through because it's on like some kind of monopoly law or something like that, isn't it?
Antitrust, yeah. Well, it did go through, but they sued to block it and it went through, but now they're trying it again because they just can't let it go.
I don't think this thing's going to go through. I think there's too many people, too many government agencies not wanting it to happen both sides of the pond. So I don't think it's going to happen.
All right, it says the move is FTC Chair Lena Khan's biggest yet against a big tech company in her year and a half tenure. Since Khan's surprise appointment to the chair of the Consumer Protection and Competition Agency in June 2021, many have waited to see which big tech merger Khan would go after, believing it was not a matter of if she would block a merger, but when and which one. Man, I think that's kind of bad. You don't put someone in charge of like, hey, this lady's like fucking itching to just stop some shit. The deal will be closely watched by media and tech companies that would like to snap up smaller players, but have been wondering how aggressive the Biden administration would be about this mega merger. Biden's Justice Department has already stopped a much smaller merger this fall by successfully suing to block book publisher Random House from buying rival Simon & Schuster. Here's what I don't get. What if Simon & Schuster just go out of business and then Random House is just left anyway? So it's like, you might as well let them buy it, right?
Yeah.
It says Microsoft managed to avoid most of the scrutiny and criticism that its big tech peers have endured over the last several years, and there was a sense that it already had its big reckoning and learned its lessons back in the late 90s, early 2000s, when an antitrust suit from the Department of Justice nearly broke up the company. Then Microsoft decided to make the biggest acquisition in its history, as well as the history of gaming in general, and become impossible to ignore. The FTC's suit notes that Microsoft has a track record of buying gaming companies and making some of their titles exclusive to Microsoft's platform, including the Xbox console and Game Pass, its game subscription streaming service. It argues that Activision makes some of the world's most popular games and that Microsoft could make them more expensive or harder, if not impossible, to play on competitors' platforms. Man, when did Activision become this like end-all be-all video gaming?
I suppose it is. I mean, it's not end all be all, but I mean, I suppose it is a big deal in the gaming market, isn't it? Call of Duty's huge. Can't argue with that.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's big, but they're treating it like I said, like this is like it. Like once you get them, that's it. You don't need the rest of the stones. This is the last Infinity Gauntlet stone.
Yeah.
Microsoft has already shown that it can and will withhold content from its gaming rivals. Holly Vidova, director of the agency's Bureau of Competition, said in a statement, "Today we seek to stop Microsoft from gaining control over leading independent game studio and using it to harm competition in multiple dynamic and fast-growing game markets." Man, they just called Activision an independent game studio.
Yeah.
It's
68
a little
million.
tiny, yeah. little tiny studio. For its part, Microsoft says the acquisition will make competition better and be great for consumers. A line that its president, Brad Smith, repeated today in response to the lawsuit. We continue to believe that our deal to acquire Activision Blizzard will expand competition and create more opportunities for gamers and game developers, Smith tweeted. He added that Microsoft tried to make concessions to the FTC to avoid a lawsuit, which his company intends to fight and believes it will win. I'd love to hear what those concessions were. It says Smith and Microsoft have been increasingly vocal about various peace offerings they have floated to placate Washington, most of them centered around Call of Duty, Activision's blockbuster game franchise. The company has repeatedly said it would continue to license Call of Duty to other platforms, notably Sony, which also has a game console with exclusive game licenses. And this week, Microsoft announced a plan to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo Switch consoles. What the hell is going to be playing Call of Duty on Switch?
How can they announce a plan to bring Call of Duty to Switch if they don't actually own?
They don't even own it yet? Yeah.
They don't own it yet. Surely they can't be making those deals. That's weird. It's very weird.
Microsoft, you know what's even weirder?
What?
How are fucking Call of Duty going to run on Switch?
I don't know. See, I would never buy a third-party game on the Switch. I only buy Nintendo exclusive games on the Switch. Yeah. I don't see the point. Like when Witcher came out on it, why would you want to play a fucking inferior version of Witcher for more money? Just to play it in a handheld? No, you're okay. Thanks very much. Play it on my PlayStation on my 65-inch television. Thanks.
Yeah. Microsoft has some basic logic in its favor when it comes to Call of Duty. It would be enormously costly if it cut off a huge part of the gamer's user base after buying it, which is the same reason that AT&T didn't prevent other distributors from selling HBO subscriptions when the telecom company owned what used to be called Warner Media. But in the press release announcing the move, the FTC focused on Microsoft's track record with Bethesda, a game developer bought for $7.5 billion in 2021. Microsoft decided to make several of Bethesda's titles, including Starfield and Redfall, Microsoft exclusives, despite assurances it had given to European antitrust authorities that it had no incentive to withhold games from rival consoles. This isn't the FTC's only battle with big tech. The agency inherited then re-upped the Trump administration's antitrust suit against Meta, and then created a new fight with the same company by trying to block Meta's acquisition of virtual reality game developer last July. But while Khan is best known for her critiques of Amazon, the FTC took no action against Amazon's $8.5 billion merger with MGM. Given the agency's limited resources, Khan has to pick her battles. Microsoft and a $69 billion merger is almost as big a battle as it gets. Peter Kafka. It's Kafka. It's kind of fitting that Kafka reported on this. I don't know. I kind of want my mega corporations. I want my dystopian future where three companies own everything.
Yeah.
There's flashing lines.
Yeah, as much as I don't want to see games becoming exclusive to Microsoft consoles, I don't believe any government agency should be able to stop two publicly traded or private companies from merging. So not only am I a communist, I'm also a capitalist. And who is it that mentioned that before? José Perez. He says they didn't block Disney's acquisition of 20th Century Fox. That's true. That went through quite smoothly. And you could argue that that's just as bad as this, if not worse. Or is much of more of a monopoly than this would be, because I don't think that Microsoft would stop Call of Duty being released on PlayStation, and I know they were saying a couple of Bethesda games were going to be exclusive to Xbox, but I think that's just so that they've got exclusives. But I don't think they would make the Elder Scrolls exclusive. I think that would still be cross-platform. Yeah.
Well, Ashton Vandal has given us some insight into Miss Khan here. He says Khan described herself as belonging to the New Brandis movement, a political movement that seeks a revival in antitrust enforcement. She also went after Amazon before in her earlier days as well. Google too. Apparently she's only 33, which is pretty young for someone in such a high position at the FTC.
Is this her here?
Yeah.
And she's 33. Fucking hell. She's had a hard journey to that 33.
One Inch Bicep says, but Disney knows how to make problems go away.
Yeah, they sure do.
Money. So this could be it. This could be the end of Microsoft's acquisition.
Yeah, so if it's not this hurdle that it stops it, then they've still got the CMA in the UK to go through as well. I don't think it's going to happen now.
Yeah.
I guess that fucking deal with the Nintendo Switch is not happening. Well, it might. They could still get sign the deal with Activision Blizzard itself, couldn't they?
They could. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out and how much longer it's going to drag out till they finally say, hey, it's not happening, or it is going to happen. And some people have fancy new mansions like Ms. Khan.
Yeah.
Money makes the world go round. So we'll see what happens.
Well, there is people getting rich off this, tons of lawyers.
A whole gaggle of lawyers. We need those lawyers, though. Could you imagine a world without lawyers?
Yeah, that would suck, wouldn't it?
Terrible place to live. All right, so we got a few things to go over. Man, most of those things are polls. We have lots and lots of polls.
I love going over polls.
Yeah. All right. So the first poll we're going to go over is the one in the chat. I put a poll up, and that poll is, should I buy Sidekick Max a guitar for Christmas? Somehow we have 38 votes on this poll, only 8 likes on the video. Guys, if you can vote on the poll, you can definitely drop a like. So would you be shocked to know that the overwhelming majority has said, buy him a guitar? 38 votes, 84% of the votes said yes, buy him a guitar for Christmas.
Well, it's not like you can't afford it, Tony. You know, all those millions you're making off YouTube.
All my YouTube money, yeah. So it looks like Sidekick Max just might get his guitar.
Is he also getting the amp?
Yeah, always getting the amp. Yeah. I got to consult with my musical friends here, Tommy Uemiko and Evil.
Well, you have guitar lessons right there, don't you?
Yeah. So we'll see. All right. Now to the big polls, the polls that were posted in the community page. 4 days ago, I asked you, will Intellivision put out a holiday update? 122 votes. 16% said yes, we're going to get some sort of holiday update from Intellivision. 84% said no. Radio silence. What do you think, Finbar? You think they're going to put out something?
I don't think they will now. The only way I thought they would put out an update is if Smash had done a video and directed it at Phil Adam, but I don't think he's interested anymore, Smash. I think he just wants to ignore it now. I think he's given up.
Man. Yeah,
I think I voted no. I think I said it. I voted no anyway.
I thought they might, because it is Christmas. They'll give a little like, yes, guys, we're working on it. It's going to happen next year. You know, something.
Is that because they care so much? Is that why you thought that?
Oh, because of all the whole DJC stuff. I thought they had to, right? Because DJC keeps saying next year it's going to come out, guys. Testing's almost done. I thought Nick was going to put something out. I did reach out myself personally to Phil Adams via email. And I asked him, I said, Phil, you guys going to put up an update? You're gonna let us know what's going on? If not, you could tell me what's going on, and I'll be happy to tell others. You would be shocked to find out that Phil Adams did not answer my email.
Can't think why.
Can't understand why. Maybe he forgot the password. He can't get into his Intellivision email account. All right. So the next poll, this is the big one. and I think we're gonna have to adjust this.
Bullshit.
Which member of the Gabbing with Geeks panel deserves a 15% pay raise? 82 votes. Blinded Braille got 9%. Finbar Saunders tying with Bomber Knee TV at 24% each. Winning somehow. He hasn't even been here for months. I can't even remember the
Years.
last time Ninja Kitty.
Fucking years, man.
Yeah. But Ninja Kitty apparently deserves it. 33% said Ninja Kitty. And Andy only got 10% of the vote. Who the fuck is Andy?
Read my comment. Read my comment. All true. Everything I wrote is true. Where is it?
Carl O says Bobo, he's the real star of the show.
Who the fuck is Bobo?
Bobo. Here it is. What is this bullshit? Ninja Kitty ahead of me. He already earns 3 times what I do, and he only ever appears on a panel when there's a full moon. Conspiracy.
See, how can he be earning 3 times more than me when he's never fucking here? You know?
No idea.
It's just not fair.
Life isn't fair sometimes.
He's on that Gabbing with Geeks OG money. That's what Dazed is going on to now as well, isn't he?
Yeah. Dazed is back, so I might have to do a new poll.
He was
Get
on
rid
the
of
OG
Andy,
money.
put Dazed back in there. Aston says CNBC says it most likely will go through despite the FTC suing and trying to block.
Yeah, but the CMA will block it though if that happens.
Big money, Tony TGD. Hell yeah. Phil forgot what the Amico is. Not Andy from Popcorn Planet. Andy from the panel. You might know him as Gary.
I don't know if we want to have Andy from Popcorn Planet on the panel for a while yet. I think we want to.
Yeah. Finally reading poll comments. Sometimes I read them.
That's only because I prompted him to do it this time. He always ignores them.
I don't ignore them. I read them and I reply to them. I mean, if you want, I'll go through each one and read them. So this was on
the first fucking comment. The first comment.
Tommy Tellerico, 63, was killed in a standoff with authorities inside a sleazy motel along a highway in the desert of Arizona. An incomplete Amico was later discovered in the room.
This is why Tony doesn't read the comments.
This was from No Call No Show. Pac Manwa says Amico is entering final formal test phase rigid force production assembly line. Big news coming in Q1. Blinded says the update is there is no update. Specky Horace says they'll say something. I'm not sure it'll qualify as an update though. Tommy Uyumiko says DJC didn't even make a new Christmas song. He's just reusing the old one. I said maybe next year we will get. I'll settle for an HJ for Xmas. Christian side hug. Oh, look at that. Boom. Who cares? Because if they do, it's all going to be bullshit anyway. I still have my pop and popcorn ready so I can kick back and watch the lawsuit start. That was Andy Author 2007. Joe Zanoli says not from IE, maybe from the Stooges. And
well,
Joseph,
what can they possibly update though? The Stooges can't really make an update, can they?
Oh, they could. They'll just say, "Oh yeah, big things coming next year. Don't worry." Joseph Handebode said, "Sure, they're working on product. It'd be out year 2099 by the time consoles are no more." So there you go. There were the comments. All right. Which type of games do you prefer we do reviews on? AAA games, AA games, or indie games? 63 votes. AAA games and indie games tied with 43%. So I guess you want the major games and the really minor games, but nothing in between.
I wanted you to put up a fourth option of all three. I don't know why we're, just going for one type. The indie spotlight that you used to do was good. You should bring that back.
That was Gary's thing, and Gary has been MIA for a while. I was going to bring it back, but it's hard to bring things back on my own.
I'm too lazy to help you, to be honest.
Yeah. Andy from Toy Story. Did Gary just get doxxed? No. What happened was Slotham had made a video talking about the Geek Getaway and the people on the panel, and he said, and don't get me started, Andy. Who the fuck is Andy? And so we just started calling Gary Andy.
He refers. I don't know if he's referring to me or Blinded because he doesn't really say Blinded's name when he does his videos. But he either refers to me or Blinded as some guy whose name I can't remember.
Yeah.
Which is good enough for me. I love Slotham.
Can you do rank voting polls? Like, what do you mean, Haunted? I would like to add one vote to Indy. Duly noted.
Oh, he means he wants to say 1, 2, or 3. Doesn't he?
Possibly. All right. So this was the members only poll. 3 members, only 1 vote. Very disappointed. Do you want to see a one night only return of the open panel after show? Voted no.
Who the fuck? Can you see who did that? Which one of them 3 did that?
I'm pretty sure I know who it is, judging by the comment. The comment
Evil,
says,
fucking evil.
on second thought, why not?
You know you can change your vote, Evil, right? You don't have to just leave it like that.
No, you can't.
I'm sure you can. You can click on yes. He can.
No,
He can go and click on yes and change
you
his
can't.
vote.
Once you vote on something, that's it.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I love how fucking Evil was so indecisive that he does that and then I voted but I changed my mind. Right, okay. Why would you say no?
Oh, he says if there's a runoff, you know who wins by the rank choice.
All right, okay.
I voted, but I changed my mind. Those were the polls for this week. Thank you guys for voting. You should definitely bring back open panel after shows.
I've said this. I've been beating this drum for a long time. I think you should have a targeted open panel where you invite people on, because it means we can dip out at the end and you can bring other people in. But you have to be. No, I mean like that. I mean you have to be willing though to continue going. You can't. You're the only one that has to put the work in at that point.
Yeah. So what you're saying is you're trying to do less work for more pay.
Well, no, because
this is why you didn't get that many votes.
No, I didn't get that many votes because fucking Ninja Kitty's too sexy for everybody else. That's a popularity contest. That's not. But Bob is right. You should exclude Ninja Kitty from there and distribute his votes evenly between me and Bob. Therefore, me and Bob tie for win and both get 15% pay rise. Am I right, guys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That was the show for tonight. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody who is a member. Of course, the members are Evil Knievel, Potion Sword Run, and Haunted Wisp, the first ever member to the channel. It means a lot to me, guys.
Had to be haunted.
Make sure you like the video because that really helps the channel, helps people watch it. I've been enjoying doing the clips and not actually doing any videos for the last 2 weeks. Hasn't really paid off because I don't think we're getting that many views on the videos for the clips. We're gonna try it one more week with the clips, see how that goes. I'm gonna start adding in some other videos, some kind of news stuff. See how that goes. Of course, I'm gonna still do my food shorts, showing you guys what I eat. Those do really well. I get thousands of views. Just showing pictures of my food for some reason.
Yeah, I got thousands of views from feeding a fox a biscuit.
Yeah. I got 1,600 views. This is what really I'm so weirded out by this, and I'll show this on the screen. Explain this one to me, because I was like, homemade soup. 1.4 thousand views. Pizza from the restaurant.
Why have you put an entire corn on the cob inside the soup?
I put several inside the soup. It's a big pot of soup with big things of corn.
Jesus, Tony.
Yeah, I know. But look here's what I don't get. Latino discount $5 meal, pizza, fries, 1,600 views. Latino discount meal, seafood, lobster. I'm eating lobster, crab legs, mussels, shrimp. Only 380 views.
You didn't get all that for $5.
$5 seafood dinner. You can't beat that. I put up a video, gluten-free Chick-fil-A. I just threw some chicken from a can into a bowl with fucking Chick-fil-A sauce, lettuce, tomato, and onion, and 2,000 views. You guys like slap. I put up a video of a train, 486 views.
Is that the train that interrupts your internet?
That is the internet interrupting train. And it's also proof that I was outside at some point. Here's the big one. This giraffe video, 7,000 views. Now here's why I know all you guys are bullshitters. And all the people on YouTube who watch shorts are full of shit. That video got 7,400 views, right?
Yeah.
If you scroll down, where is it? The exact same video with the exact same title got 308 views. How is that fucking possible?
It's random, isn't it? It just ends up getting put into people's feeds at random. Must be.
Yeah, because look at this one right here. 16 views on this Latino discount. They didn't like that one.
Did you ever reveal whose ass that was up there when you go back up? The one with the cat that was in the cat suit, the stripy cat suit.
This one right here is Anna Sophia Robb, and this
not that one. The other one, the one above.
This right here.
That one, number 2. I don't think we ever got the answer to that.
You want to venture a guess whose ass this is?
I have no idea. It's a nice ass though.
That's Miley Cyrus.
Is it?
Yep.
I thought she was a lot skinnier than that.
That's Miley Cyrus. So, yeah, I don't know about shorts. I just throw some shit up, and sometimes it gets a whole bunch of views, and sometimes it doesn't. For some reason, the more messier the food, the more views it seems to get. Except for this one, only 200.
The stuff you make at home looks fucking vile, Tony. I'm sorry. It looks like it's come out your ass, most of it.
You don't like look Thanksgiving.
Can I have some?
Look at that. It's delicious looking. Turkey, mashed potatoes. Look at that. Ham. And what do they call it? The cheesy potatoes. Fucking delicious.
I'll take your word for it.
Moonlighter short, didn't get nothing. Kim Kardashian short, didn't get nothing.
I do want to try one of those kebab burgers though. Gyro, or whatever you call it.
The gyro burgers, what are these?
Gyro burger. Yeah, gyro burger.
Look at that. Chili cheese fries. Mm-mm. How do you get a $15 meal for $5? 2 words. Latino discount. Look at that. Deliciously. Oh, shit. We got a new member.
Aston Vandal, welcome.
Welcome to the Geek Getaway. Fuck it, I'm a tadpole now. Thank you, Aston. We appreciate it. We're going to live like kings, Evil. Like kings.
56k said you're not getting his $5, but it's not. It's only $1.
Yeah, I see
Only
that.
$1.
You're still not getting my $5. Yeah. Do the 99 cents one. Think about it. If every member, if everyone who subscribed to the channel did the 99 cents one, I might actually be able to quit my job and just do YouTube.
Yeah.
He's going to stick to the free 99 tier. He said crab legs. I did. I said crab legs. Never had oxtail, but it's delicious. It's a little fatty, but delicious. Is it the first YouTube video ever of a giraffe? It is at the zoo of the giraffe thing, yeah.
That's right, yeah, it was.
I had your mom's oxtail last night, Trebek. Welcome to the pond. That's right. All my little tadpoles, all 4 of you. Welcome. All right, guys. Thank you. Like I said, we're going to keep up the content. We're going to be pumping out more content. Next year, we're going to go full throttle because we are now monetized. It'll be on next year's taxes. So if we go hard starting in January, we don't have to worry about the taxes until 2024. If we go hard now, then it's going to be funky on my taxes. I'm trying to avoid all that.
Trying to avoid all that tax.
Yeah, all that tax money.
Not an omission you want to make.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I pay it, but that's why I'm like,
I'm paying it, but I'm not happy about it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not happy, and I want to try to move it so most of the money gets made next year, not this year. But anyway, I'm out of here. You might be able to catch me later if Mad Max, does his Fight Club. He's been doing that every Saturday. Me, Mad Max, Bob is supposed to play, but I haven't seen Bob.
Bob ain't gonna be there. Is Mad Max scheduled that for tonight? Is he?
He scheduled it between us, but
all right.
I don't think he put it in because he streams straight from the PlayStation, and you can't put the schedule.
Okay.
So, like I said, it's gonna be Mad Max, myself, Retro Bro is supposed to show up, Cyrus is supposed to show up, maybe Kamikaze, his friends Nick and Lex.
Oh, is he cool with you now? Is he?
No.
Nah. Okay.
I didn't invite him, but so it'll be fun.
Yeah.
We're supposed to play either Star Wars Battlefront 2 or more Street Fighter 5. I hope we play Street Fighter 5 and Bob doesn't show up, so I could be like, Bob, I was there to play and you didn't show up.
So you're the champion by default.
So I'm still the champion. Anyway, love, peace, booty grease. I'm out this bitch.